Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be reviewing and doing first impressions and talking about something new in my collection by Sugar Cosmetic. Now these launches are not something new, they are pretty old and I have never tried them, so I thought let me just try a few Sugar Cosmetic face products because most of you have been asking me that why don't you try Sugar Cosmetic face products, because there are many, and secondly they have quite huge line of face products. Like in foundation itself they have like 2 3 variants, primers, what not. So I went ahead and bought something which I really wanted to try, and I was eyeing from the longest time, their stick foundation. So I bought their Ace of Face foundation stick 47 Borgia. Now I really don't understand the shade names. I really don't know. Maybe it is the city name, state name. I didn't read anything. I will be really clear. So this foundation will cost you for 999, and this is how the packaging is. Quite interesting, normal Sugar Cosmetic packaging. Yes, I really like their concept altogether. So that's how the outer packaging looks like, and then the basic details I mentioned, like you can use the product for 3 years and then whatnot. Yeah, so these are the basic things, and then you get 12 grams of product. This is how the stick foundation look like. I really like the packaging of this. It's really sleek, very nice, very handy, and Sugar Cosmetica logo is there. Then they have the shade name here, and the amount of weight here you're getting is 12 grams of product, and that's it. I don't think so on the packaging on this tube they have not shown any kind of expiry or anything. So basically you have to just remember when it is going to expire, and because I will not be keeping this box, so if you are a lover of a foundation and you just have 2 foundations, then I think you will just finish it off. So let's just open the actual foundation. So this is how the foundation look like. Now I was not aware of the shade, which shade I will go for. So I saw it online and I just ordered it. So this is how the foundation is, and then it comes with its own applicator. It's a very nice, interesting brush though. I'm really excited to use this brush. And this was quite nice packaging and a good thought, because stick foundations are best applied with brush. So basically they didn't do extraordinary experiment here putting a sponge, because there are many other brands who do that. But this was very interesting. I really like it in a whole. So what we'll do, we'll apply some foundation first and then later we'll talk about the next product. So let's just apply some foundation. So what I did, I already prepped my skin and I already applied my primer, my moisturizer, all that stuff. So primer I'm using today is Maybelline Master Studio one. So I'll open the cap, and it's quite travel friendly and it's very light in weight. It's not very heavy, not very light, somewhere in between. So yeah, this is how the foundation looks like. I think it's way too much outside. So what we're going to do is first start putting it on the face directly. Okay, I think, oh my god, it's like a butter. Guys, it's like a butter. It's very close to my Makeup Revolution stick foundation. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to first finish the first side of the face. I'm going to use the same brush and apply the foundation. It's a very interesting brush. We're going to apply a little more here because I feel it's a little. Okay, Okay, so you can see this side and you can see this side. Now actually if you see, you don't see much of a difference in both the sides, barring one thing, that if any imperfections, any pimples, marks, blemishes are there, it is going to cover up very nicely, but it's going to leave the skin very natural. So it's not a very full coverage foundation. So I like it. I like the shade. I'm wowed by the shade. It's like the exact match of my skin. So let's apply it on the other side. Now my advice would be, whenever you're applying the foundation, after playing it on your skin, close the dhakkan so that you don't mess around, because what's happening, you're not getting a proper grip when it is open. So if you close it, then you can comfortably use the brush. Okay, this is the shade where I don't have to match my face with my neck, because this is a little darker, little deeper. On camera you may not able to see it clearly, but in person this shade will match my neck. So I'm really impressed. First time, like there are one or two more foundations where I don't have to match my face with my neck, and I want something like that. So this is like, it's like a perfect match. So I really like it. It's not a full coverage foundation, it's just a foundation which is not even give you see, if you have way too much things happening on your face, then I would not say it's going to cover up everything. It's going to lighten up the marks, but it's not going to cover it up. Like you can still see, I don't have much things going around on my face, but you can still see my tiny mini blemishes. Other than that, everything is spick and span. I really like the finish. I think this is like a very everyday foundation. So what I'll do, I'll just set my face and then we'll move on. So I already set my face with a pressed powder. So I used my LA Girl Pro HD powder. Next up, let's do some blush, highlight and bronzer. So I went ahead and bought their face palette, which is called as Contour Deforce face palette in 01 Supple Summit. This is how the palette looks like from inside, and then you get a top cover also like this, where you can put the palette like this. So basically that's a really nice thing. I really like to keep my palettes in their particular boxes or outer packaging so that they just don't open and secondly they don't get damaged, because I do travel a lot. So yeah, let's open the palette and see what's happening here. So this is how the actual palette looks like from inside. You get a mirror also, and then you get a blush, a highlighter and a bronzer. You get a shade lighter than this, but I would suggest you, if you are of my skin tone or deeper than me, go for 01, because the other one is, I think, for more fairer skin people. So this is like the apt shade. So first we're going to apply some blush, then bronzer and then highlight. Blush shade is pretty mauvey pink, so it's not a very deep shade. Maybe in the pan you must be feeling like that, but it does pick up a lot of product. And this mirror is quite handy, you can use it. So I'm going to use the same mirror and start applying. Yes, you see that? It's pigmented. Smile and blush. So it's a very subtle, but you can build it to an intense level. Like if I see it in person, I still feel I have gone way too much with the blush, but on the camera if I see, I feel it's very light. So you can definitely build this blush. Like basically you have to be really careful with your brush. Next up, let's bronze up. So I'm going to use the same brush and let's see how the bronzer performs. See that? The particles are all over the place. You get singles also in this, but I would suggest you go for the palette. It will be more inexpensive and more pocket friendly. So that's a bronzer. Now this bronzer is basically, I feel it's for contouring. So I don't contour much. So basically people who do bronzing and contouring together, it's a perfect shade because it's not the typical brown bronzer. It has a little gray undertones if I see it in the pan and even on the face. So it really defines your face while bronzing. So I think that's enough. Let's stop it. Next up, we are going to highlight. So I'm going to use the same highlighter. Start highlighting. Okay, that's that's blinding. Okay, that's talking too much. Enough. Whenever I dig into a new highlighter, I just keep applying. That happens with everyone, I feel. Okay, now let's not put more. So it's good. What I like to do is just merge it with, mix it with my hands a bit, just to give a little more natural glow. Now it has a little like whiteness to it. So basically, when you put your face straight, you cannot see, but if you just turn, you can actually see. So it's a very nice shade. Basically, it will complement almost everyone who wears this highlighter. So you can still see it in the pan. It's very muted. It's not something loud. It's not something dull. It is perfect. So if you're someone who's not a very highlighter person, you can still go in with this palette because it's not very booming at one go. If you start applying more and more, just like me, so this will become like this. So yeah, so the whole bronzer has come out. So yeah, now this is the face. I really like the palette and I'll give you my final thoughts in some time. What I'll do, I'll complete my full face and then come back to you and talk about the third product. So girls, I'm back with full face of my makeup. The lipstick I'm wearing is a combination of Scarlett O'Hara and Mary Poppin. Always love to mix shades, as you know. So let's move on to the third product. For the third product, I had to do my eyes so that I can show you how it performs. So this is the I Want You So Double Matte Eyeliner in 01 Black Swan. Standard packaging, nothing great. So it's the same thing. So let's just remove the outer packaging. This is how the inner eyeliner looks like. Sugar Cosmetical logo, and then the shade name, made in Germany. Nothing much is mentioned on here. So basically you have to remember the expiry and all that stuff from the box before throwing it. So the eyeliner will also last for 3 years and you end up paying 699. Is it expensive as I see MRP? Not really, because there are many other brands who are making these kind of liners. Yes, there are many brands who are selling it a little inexpensive, but are you looking in an eyeliner? It's not the price, it's the quality. Because with the eyeliners, kajal and brow pencil, I don't think anybody would like to compromise. So for me, I don't mind paying a little extra money for my eyeliner because that eyeliner has to stay. It should not budge, it should not dry out your upper lids, it should not start flaking up. So all that stuff you have to see in an eyeliner. You just can't buy an eyeliner because it is for 300 or 200. And I'm not saying that a 200 eyeliner will not work, because I myself love a lot of inexpensive eyeliners. But if I am paying so much money, definitely I'm expecting something best out of it, and if it is best, I don't mind paying so much. So let's see how it performs. Now enough of talking. Have I used this liner before this video? No, this is my first impression, so I really don't know how it's going to perform. It has a felt tip liner. I love felt like tips for my eyes, and I didn't do much with my eyes. I have just applied a Super Shock shadow and a little brown grayish tone shade to blend out the harsh edges. Now most of you will start asking me, what shade am I wearing on my eyelids? It's the Super Hardcore Satin Finish Super Shock Shadow Satin. It's the shade Super Hardcore. Too much. Let's start putting some liner. So it's long, so it's pretty comfortable to hold on. That was quick. You see that? That was quick and that was nice. Now I will not be making a wing liner, girls, because I'm not good at it. And secondly, wings don't look good on my eyes. You see that? It's amazing and it's matte. Basically with this liner, you don't have to worry. You can apply it effortlessly and it's looking good. It's matte. It's the blackest liner I feel I have, because I don't think so I have anything blacker than this, but it's very nice and it's very appealing and I really like the application. Pigmentation is good and it applied very good on Super Shock shadow, because what happens is most of the liners don't work good on liquid shadows or Super Shock shadows because they are a little moussey or they're liquidy. So in between the liner tends to dry out faster and it doesn't apply evenly. So with this liner I didn't face that issue. So all in all it's good. So let me apply some mascara and come back and tell you what really worked or was there any miss. So finally, let's talk about the products one by one and let me give you my final thoughts and pros and cons. The first product we used was the Sugar Cosmetic stick foundation. These foundations are called as the Ace of face foundation stick. Now the shade I'm holding is 47 Borgia. Now practically speaking, this is a perfect match with my neck. Now apparently if you have been following me, you know my neck, my face doesn't match. They're not even close to each other. So this is a nice shade, really complemented in. So first time in my life I didn't have to match my face with my neck. So the shade range is good and apparently they have many shades. So you can actually buy it from online if you have been buying your foundations or skin products online, so you will roughly have an idea what shade you can go for. Secondly, sometimes on this site it shows a little lighter shade, so whatever shade you are buying, just buy. If you think 45 is my shade, don't buy 45, buy a darker shade than that. I think that time you will get the exact shade. So that's how you can buy online. Price point is good for 999. You saw it was melting like butter on my skin and it was completely flawless. Like I never feel so comfortable with the stick foundations. Like I have used the Carabao one, which was very stiff. It was a good foundation, it's just that it was not softer than this, so the application was quite flawless. The brush applicator which they have given is a good addition to it because it really blended in my foundation seamlessly. The brush is not harsh, it's quite comfortable, and secondly you don't have to carry a separate brush. So all in all, whole packaging, product theme, the way it has come out is perfect, 10 on 10. Do I recommend this foundation? Yes, but if you're looking for a full coverage, then this is not the foundation for you. But a person like me, or I think 99% of the women don't like to have full coverage foundations on their face every day. This is like your everyday foundation and you can just carry it in your bag. It's travel friendly also. So I fully approve of this foundation. I really like the texture of it. Since I am a combination to oily skin, it's perfectly sit on my face, so it's not going to dry out your skin if you're a dry skin, because for dry skin I feel dry skin people are going to love this foundation more than oily skin, because it's like something perfect blend for everyone. So all in all, I really like the stick foundation. So let's move on to the face palette. Now face palette completely 10 on 10. I really like the blush. You can see I took, after my face makeup, another 20-25 minutes, because in between I have to go and check on my kid also. So I took half an hour, so everything has settled down and well. So you can see the highlighter also has sinked into my skin. I have not used any setting spray to melt down anything, just because I want to show you the actual results. And the bronzer also has laid down so seamlessly. It doesn't look artificial, it doesn't look made up, it looks very natural. So again, this palette is worth every penny, and getting 3 of them together in one palette again becomes quite friendly. Next up, last but not the least, is the eyeliner. You saw the application was seamless, pigmentation is on point, it is black. Definitely it is the blackest eyeliner I have, and the application itself was so good that why it was good, because the long hold, and secondly the felt tip is also long. So if you have hooded eyes, if you have small eyes, you don't have to worry, and you can actually see your eyes properly while applying the eyeliner. So that's a good thing. Again, 10 on 10 to the liner. So basically I'm not disappointed with any of the products, and nothing was a miss. I really suggest you, if you are looking for good face products, then I think you should try at least the foundation. Definitely you should try Sugar Stick foundation. It's on point, very good, and I loved creating this simple look, and I think I will be wearing this foundation more often. Absolutely in love with it. Fully approved Sugar Cosmetic face products. I hope you loved watching this interesting small review, come first impressions, and we'll be back soon with something more interesting, something more exciting. Till then, you take care of yourself. We'll be back. Bye.